Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today is a very exciting day here at the nursery because we are going to have our first potting party of 2024. Yes, yesterday we got close to 11,000 liners from our friends at Pleasant View Gardens out of Loudon, New Hampshire. That's where we get all of our proven winter annuals from. And they came to us beautiful and ready to be potted up. Now, between that 11,000, we're just gonna say 11,000, it was like 10,900 and something. We have two different inventories. What I'm standing beside is the first initial wave of plants for the online sales. And then down in front of me, what we have are the first round of annuals for here at the Retail Garden Center in Dallas, North Carolina. Of course, if you are new to Gardening with Creekside, we are a grower retailer. So what does that mean? It means that we get these beautiful baby plants from proven winners directly. And then we pot them up, we grow them, and then we sell them directly to you, our customer, whether that is through the online store at gardeningwithcreekside.com or if it is here in person. So I thought this is always really fun. Y'all love these kind of videos because we're showing you exactly what the plants look like when they come to us and then how they turn into big, beautiful plants that you then add to your garden. We're going to take you along for the ride today so you can see exactly how it happens. Before we get started, like actually potting up the plants, I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of an overview. Proven Winners, of course, is famous for their annuals, their perennials, their shrubs, just being really great, high quality. And the vast majority, I would say massive amounts of their annual liners, that's what they call the baby plants, liners, come from vegetative cuttings, right? So they're not grown from seed. What happens is they have a farm of mother plants in a very warm tropical environment, and they literally take cuttings from those plants, then they ship them to one of the two houses that does the annuals. So you have Pleasant View Gardens in New Hampshire and you have 4-Star Greenhouses in Michigan. All proven winter annuals will originate from one of those two greenhouses, and then people like us, the growers, then buy directly from them. They send them to us, we grow them out, and whether you're a retail grower like we are, where we sell directly to the customer, or if it's a wholesale grower that then garden centers buy from them. Here I have the Terenia. Love Terenia. This is the Summer Wave Large Violet. It is an amazing plant and it just will grow and be very, very happy. However, it comes to us and it is quite small and tiny. So this is what a Terenia liner looks like. You can see it's got beautiful, nice, healthy root systems to it and lots of good growth to it already. We will take these liners, and all of these today are going to be going into grande size containers. So that is the traditional, think of a coffee cup, right? Fits perfectly in your hand, that classic white proven winter pot. All of these are going to go in grandes. Later on in the season, of course, we'll do hanging baskets, we'll do things in gallons, and that kind of thing as we go through. Wanted to show you though, kind of highlight some of the plants that we haven't been talking about because y'all have gobbled up like the petunias, right? Those are classic, the petunias, the verbenas, all of those things. But there's also some amazing plants that you may want to consider, especially for your early garden that like the cool temperatures. Some of my absolute favorites are the osteospermums. This is, let me find this one for you right here. This is the newest one in the line. This is the Bright Lights Horizon Sunset. It is a gorgeous plant. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the tag because it's easy. This is how all the tags come to us, right? So they're in these little cellophane wrappers, rubber banded together. Every proven winter annual will have a proven winner's tag. That's how you know that you're getting the right plant. But the Horizon Sunset is really fun because it literally has multiple colors, a sunset of colors on one plant. As the flowers mature, they turn into different colors. But look how cute this little plant is. Isn't she just a cutie? I mean, look at that. The osteos are great though for, like I said, those cooler weather. I have found they just thrive in my early spring or my fall containers. They are just really, really nice. I did the Horizon Sunset in the Western urns a couple of years ago, when I think it was when we were testing them out. Oh my gosh, they were stunning. They have daisy-like flowers to them. I want to even say they're known as an African daisy. Yep, African daisy. So if you're thinking of like a Shasta daisy, it's that same type of bloom on it, just maybe a little bit smaller. Very, very nice. So you have, we have 4 different ones. So we've got the Horizon Sunset. A huge popular one is the double moon glow, because it's a very soft yellow, but it's a double flower. Love that. And then my personal favorite combination is to mix the Bright Lights purple with the Bright Lights pink. Oh my gosh, stunning. It is a great combination of colors, different shades, and I love just mixing them together in a container, just those two. Obviously you could put other plants in there if you wanted to as well. So those are some of my personal favorites for the early garden. And then you cannot go wrong, of course, with the lemon coral sedum. This is an absolute classic Proven Winner Annual. Now, this is a case where your lemon coral sedum, right? I think most of us are familiar with the lemon coral sedum. We sell it as an annual, but actually here for us in our garden, this is going to be a perennial. I have it in the across from the forest pansy bed. I alternated the lemon coral sedum with some Paint the Town dianthus. So I've got evergreen color in my garden, nice low border, so it does great in the ground. You can put it in containers, and if you put it in a container on the edge, it'll actually kind of start to trail over. This is great paired with Vermillionaire. Whether you put it in a container, Vermillionaire, of course, is that nice bright orange. That is a massive hummingbird attractor. It's my #1 plant for hummingbirds. You could put the Vermillionaire and then the lemon coral around it in a container, or just go ahead and put it straight into the ground, right? Vermillionaire does great in the ground. Put lemon coral underneath it. It is a beautiful pairing for sure. And then, oh my gosh, this is such a fun one. If you are like me, and you are a tactile person, like you like to touch things, this is Cerveza in lime. Cerveza in lime is a type of plectranthus, so it has nice kind of thick, I don't want to say rubbery, but it kind of has that kind of the texture to it. But when you rub it, it smells like lime. That is why it's Cerveza in lime. This is the most fun plant. It will not flower. It is just foliage. It gets a nice habit to it. Makes a great ground cover. Super, super tough, right? Like it just is drought tolerant. Like easy plant. But I tell you, at the nursery this year, I want to put a little sign that says scratch and sniff, because as soon as you rub it, it's kind of like lavender or rosemary. When you rub it, you get that fragrance on your hands from the essential oils. Cerveza and lime, so fun, especially if you have kids and you're trying to get kids involved into your garden and interested in plants. Cerveza and lime, I'm telling you y'all, this is such a fun plant. Love, love, love this one. It is great. And then the new, we have the Campfire Marshmallow. This is another great one. We've got Campfire Marshmallow, we got Campfire Flame, which is a beautiful orange, and then the Goldilocks Rocks. These are all great plants that will do really well in a cool environment. So we actually have the Campfire Marshmallow. Hopefully you can see we got a couple of sweet little blooms on this. Another very small, dainty, white daisy-like flower. Did this one last year in that same Western urns around my boxwoods and just planted this in mass. Was beautiful. So that classic white and dark green pairing is a great one. So for my people, especially this order for the e-commerce is really going to be going out towards my folks in the warmer climates, right? Because my friends in Texas and Florida and California and Nevada and Arizona, right? All the South, Mississippi, my warm people, right? You understand what I'm saying? All of these are going to go towards them because we have plants staggered. Because you think about it, the South gets warmer first as opposed to my north, right? It's just basic, geography and meteorology, right? So these will go out to these warmer zones, and then our later shipments will then go to those cooler zones, because you could have a 4 to 6 week difference between when somebody in Texas is ready for their annuals as opposed to somebody in Maine or Nebraska or North Dakota is ready for theirs. So we stagger our deliveries based on, you know, different areas. We're still going to have plenty. So if you're interested in any of these plants, they're all available on the website, gardeningwithcreekside.com. Go ahead and do your pre-order. We will ship them, I promise. We will ship them at the appropriate time. I am not sending my sweet friends in the colder climates you annuals when you still have 4 feet of snow on the ground. So we'll take care of you. Now, I think we are ready to get everything rolling and start getting some of these babies potted up. Hopefully all of these babies potted up today. So it's gonna be a fun day. Wanted to pop on here real quick and give you an update on how things are going. We just finished lunch, so that is nice. We got Brenna back there hanging out on her place. It's going a little slower, I think, than we anticipated, because what we're doing is every single pot is now getting barcoded. When These are still for the retail, so just go ahead and prepare your hearts when you come shop here at the nursery, that when you check out, we're going to be scanning each individual pot that you're buying. And we're doing that for multiple reasons, mainly just to, obviously, the main one, of course, is keeping track of inventory, so we know exactly the numbers that we're selling, and also at the rate. For example, the brand new jazzberry, right, petunia. We need to know, it's fine if we figure out at the end of the season, okay, well, we just sold 10,000 of jazzberry, right? But we also need to know, okay, well, we sold, you know, half of that number in April and May, whatever it may be, right? So we're just going to track those numbers and keep track of, you know, how we're selling, what plant's going really popular, and that way we're not caught off by surprise. So if we need to restock and regrow some of that stuff, we can do that. So we haven't exactly figured out the exact perfect method. The method that we're doing right now is just that everybody's getting a barcode stuck in them. So we're kind of getting that figured out, and then it does take us longer right now because we're having to load up all of these in either to the truck and or the wagons and haul them down to the retail garden center. Once we actually start taking them off of here and filling up these greenhouses, it will go a lot faster, but we're having to run it, pot, wait, because we're having to run the machines back and forth to the greenhouse. But we probably, I haven't been down there. I was asking the folks how fast it was filling up, and they said it was pretty good. So I think we'll definitely get that filled up today. We still have all the petunias and the calibrachoas left to pot up with that. So we're rocking and rolling, we're moving and grooving, and it doesn't matter. Every single year when you start a new process, it takes you a little while to find your rhythm, find your groove, and then once you find that rhythm and that groove, then it just absolutely flies. And goes a lot faster. So that is what we are doing right now. We are in the process, of course. You can see that the entire conveyor belt is full of these proven winner annuals, and of course we use the trays, right, for the annuals. And so this is a 10 count tray. This is what we call those grandes. Fits just like a perfect little coffee cup, right? So you go to your local coffee shop and you're like, I would like a grande size coffee today. Well, there you go. Fits perfectly in your hand, just like a coffee cup. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're just gonna keep rocking and rolling and get all these babies potted up, tagged, watered. Yeah, so people ask about water all the time. Once they come off the conveyor belt and they're either on the wagons or the truck, then we're watering them in. You've got to remember though, when you know how big the plug is, the liner is, so maybe it's only that big compared to this cup. So there's tons and tons of soil in here. We definitely grow our plants on the drier side, especially this time of year, because you can always add water, right? You can always add water, and if something's a little too dry, but when the cup or the plant gets too much water in it and it's waterlogged, it's really hard to take that water out. So we definitely grow on the drier side, and right now we're doing hand watering. So we have a great hose with a great wand, and we just give them a nice light dose of water so that the liner and really the top portion of that grande cup have some moisture in it, and then we just go from there. All right, we're gonna keep on plugging. We're plugging the liners. There you go, people. We are calling it quits for today, y'all. It is a Friday, a little bit before 3, and so we are at a good stopping point, getting everything kind of cleaned up right now. All of the retail garden plants got potted and they are in the greenhouse. I will go down there here in just a little bit and take a look at that. So I will make sure to give you some footage at the very end of how the retail greenhouse looks. Now we started on the online plants. We got, I don't know if we didn't get all the super bells taken care of. I think we've got maybe a couple more different varieties that we need to do of the super bells. You'll notice though behind me that we have them in blocks. The printer decided to go on the blitz as far as printing the barcodes, and with all of our plants, like we talked about before, are going to have that barcode. It is especially important for the online plants because of how our check system. So when we're pulling plants and we're looking at the barcode and all of that. So we went ahead and put them in blocks. They are 3 deep because we're going to have hanging baskets up here, so they'll only be 3 deep, and then they are 4 wide. That way we can easily get between them, and when the printer starts working again, and we can add those little barcode tags back in there. Once we put the barcode tags in there, we will push everybody so that they are completely touching. In this type of production facility, we do not have rows between the in blocks like this. Everybody is all together. I believe you saw me doing some watering. We have hoses that reach the entire length of the greenhouse, and with those wands, it is really easy to hit all of those, and we're not having to stretch too far, because I know when we were doing the perennials, we got a lot of questions about how do we water the plants. That is how we water them. There is automation with the hanging baskets. There is not automation as far as sprinklers. We did have it in this greenhouse, but then when we did the concrete, we lost those. So for now, we hand water with those wands. At this point in the season, it is not very much at all because the temperatures are low and your soil to root ratio is extremely off. So don't have to do a lot of watering right now, but yeah, we had a great start. We will finish this up next week because it is a Friday. But the production of 2024 is definitely kicked into high gear, and lots of sweet babies are going to be headed both in shipping and here at the Garden Center. As always, we so appreciate you. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.